What's going on? Average Tech Guy here, and today we are back. More tech, more reviews. And I have been looking for something to sit on my desktop so that I can charge all my devices. And I think we got a winner. This is Redmagic. It's a cool and fun little charger that I think you might like. So let's talk. So this is it. This is the Redmagic desktop charger. This blends transparency and metal elements with a futuristic and a compact design. It gives you really good performance. It's remarkably interactive. It is probably one of my most favorite little gadgets to sit on my desk, and I'll show you why in just a moment. But let's get it unboxed first. There we go. And this is what you get out of the box. Now this thing has 150 watt output. It actually can power up to 4 devices. And you can see that right there on the front. It has PD 3.1 charging, 150 watt DC output, USB Type-C at 140 outputs. This thing has GaN technology. For those of you who are not familiar with that, that's gallium nitride technology. And basically it's not going to allow your devices to overheat themselves or overcharge. Has a touchscreen design. We'll show that in a moment. Has a real-time info display on it, and it also supports RGB lighting up here around. We'll demonstrate it in just a minute. So what else do we need to know about this thing right here that we have in our hands? Very nice. I like the transparent look all the way around. It has a screen up front. It actually has the touch sensor on the side. All your plugs as mentioned, and this is where you can plug it into the wall. Now this is very important because I'm going to show you why in just a moment. Let's get everything else unboxed so we can talk a little bit further about what you get and how it's going to work. So let's get this. Oh, broke my box. And here we go. What else is in here? All right, throw that to the side. You get a nice little pouch, microfiber. Says dial on the front. This is the highest end form of Redmagic that you can actually get. So we like it. Let's see what we got here. Another package. Another package. All right, so we got all the boxes empty. Let's take everything out of the packaging. Okay, very important. This is your power adapter right here. And I love colorful cables. USB Type-C to C charging cable. Another set of colorful cables. These are your DC cables. Now, so let me get cleaned up a bit and then we'll be back just to talk a little bit more about what we have in front of us. All right, so this is what we got. Let's just take one more quick look. You do have your DC. Now this is only gonna fit like your gaming laptops and things of that nature. And I tried it with my work computer and this does not fit my work computer. So it's very specific, but for the most part, you can buy different adapters to go on the end of these. But this output right here for the DC, 150 watts, 140 each, and then 30 over here. Now, just remember, when you have all 4 of these plugged up, these things are gonna have to be shared via the wattage, 150 watts total, but these have to be shared once a lot of things get plugged up. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about plugging this up to this, because this is where everything gets a little bit fun. You can take this on the go, plug it into the wall, plug everything in just like so. Or you can have this as a desktop charger. If you close that up, take your power adapter here, slide that in, and boom, that's when everything happens. So you get your lighting up top. You do have your screen up front. It's just gonna give it a minute, and let's touch that and it comes back on, and that's what you are to be greeted with. Now, the cool thing about this is you can customize the image on this display via their app. So if we take a quick moment just to look at their application, it's called the Gopper. And when you do it like that, it comes up. Now you're gonna select whatever item that you are currently using, which is their 150 watt dial charger. And right now it tells me I have nothing plugged up to it. You can actually go in and change all of your toggles. You can turn the lighting on and off. You can make it breathe. You can make it flow. You can even make it strobe. I like colorful. We'll leave it just like that. You can update your firmware right here directly into the application, and you can actually change your screensaver. Your screensaver can also be changed using actual pictures and things that you have in your library. And just like so, that's what we got. If you want to change it to something else, let's say the particle fluids, we'll hit the settings and we will transfer that. It may take a few moments or so because you actually gotta wait for that whole circle to like send everything over. So we'll talk a little bit more and then we'll come back and see if those particles show up. So as we wait for that to happen, what we're gonna do is go ahead and get something plugged up so we can see how charging is going to work. So the first thing I'm gonna use is the cable that they actually gave me. Number one, I do have my own USB Type-C cables, things of that nature, but I'm going to probably plug this phone up because we know that this phone will support like the fast charging, and it lets you know on the screen, and it's also going to give you notifications on here as well. So once again, this takes just a few moments. So you see the wheel is slowly going around, and let's get this plugged up. Boom. And we'll just wait. All right, so that took just a minute, but there we go. We now have the flowing particles on the screen. It has been updated and we are good to go. Okay, so this device is going to not only, number one, protect your device, but once you fully charge a device, it's gonna stop. It's gonna recognize that it's full, it's gonna stop charging. Now, I do have a few devices that we are going to try out just because we wanna see what the actual wattage is gonna show up as. So, I don't have anything that'll fit that right now. I thought it would fit my computer, but it doesn't. I want to use their cable. So we got the USB Type-C to C cable that came with the product right here. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. So we got the super fast charging on our Samsung device, and let's just see if we can get those words to pop up on the screen. You see super fast charging, 47% right now. And we'll take a look at this. Now, even though it's doing about 17, 18 watts, it's still giving us the super fast charge. Now what I want to do is try another cable. So I got a OnePlus cable right here. I'm just gonna plug it in, doing the same thing. 3, 2, 1, and boom. All right, so let's see those wordings. Super fast charge, there we go. Same thing. Let's see if our output changed. No. So still doing about the same on the output, and I'm going to go over here. And we are still doing about the same on the output. The next thing I want to do is I got my MacBook right here. This is my 14-inch MacBook, and this MacBook should, let's see, seems to be fully charged. So I want to just try and see what happens. All right, so we got it plugged up. It is charging, and let's touch and see. So it's charging at like 4 or 5 watts. And I'm assuming that's because this battery is like right at 100%. So it's still pulling power, but not much. And that should just wind itself down. This battery is, like I said, it's at 100%. It says fully charged. Also, when it's plugged into the wall, it's gonna change the orientation mode. So just keep that in mind. But this is a beautiful thing just because it's going to allow you to know what wattage you're charging your devices at. Now, some devices take more, some devices take less. I do want to find one more device, so hold on. All right, so this one is always dead. This one belongs to my wife. Let's just plug it up and we shall see what happens. I'm gonna use the same, actually I'm gonna use their cable and then I'm gonna use another one. So Give it a minute. It jumped up quick. So yeah, I mean, 73 is like 95. It's jumping all over the place, but it is working. And let's just see, yeah, see 95, it's in the high 90s. It's charging in the 90s. And we know this one can charge at like 100 watts. So we're good. I love it. I love the fact that that tells us what wattage it's charging at, and it's going to be able to charge at least 4 different devices. So not much more can be said about it. I'm sorry, I don't have anything to really try this out with right now. There is one thing that it may fit. I do want to try this, and I got a light. Let's see if that works. I know it's made for gaming computers and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna plug it up to this light back here. So I'm unplugging the light, and you probably saw it get a little dim, and you can hear all this noise that I'm making. But I'm just gonna plug this in and see what happens. 3, 2, 1. It worked. Oh my God, it worked. Okay. So last thing I want to see is it's only using 9 watts on the DC. So, but it is burning this light, like legit. It's got the light working, so I can just unplug that. And I'm going to take my original light source. And there we go. So that's what it's gonna do, and it does work. So I do have that in here that I can plug it up to. And like I said, this cable does work. Everything that they sent out, it works perfectly. Can't ask for much more. So you're going to get 1 cable here, 1 cable here. You're gonna get the actual device itself. Just remember, it's gonna always tell you what wattage you're charging at. You got 4 different spots where you can plug things in. You got the RGB lights up top. Those can be toggled via the application. You have a touch panel over here, and by operating that touch panel changes that interface. There is no touch right there on the front, but when you plug it into the wall on your trip, vacation, wherever you go, it will show you the display in a different portrait mode. So just keep that in mind. And then just like an all over look at this, it's nice, it's sleek. It's from their Dow series, which means this is like the top of the line from Redmagic. So I'm gonna drop a link below so you can check this out for yourself. But until next time, Average Tech Guy out. Peace.